No, I'm looking for 350 by Monday. All right, we are live on the YouTube. Okay, guys, is YouTube live? Is it working? Is anybody watching here? Is YouTube on? Okay, I don't know if it's on. All right, guys, here's what's going on. We got TUYA is exploding today. TUYA is up bigly today, and we got a bunch of our stocks are running today, even though the market is crashing. That's right, the market is crashing, but our stocks are up big time, literally big time. And hang on a second. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up. I'm at an undisclosed location, and it's like hot in here. There's no air conditioning available. Unbelievable. Hang on a second. Yeah, no, I think TUYA, well, okay, first of all, guys, here's what's going on. The markets, okay, NASDAQ, the Dow is getting destroyed today. Russell is getting destroyed. The indexes are getting killed, okay? So the question is, why are our stocks going up? Okay, well, we happen to be in the right stocks. And by the way, Bitcoin is going to go to zero, okay? Bitcoin is crashing, it's going down, okay? Bitcoin is going down. You're asking why Worksport is not going up? Well, the CEO hasn't been on our live streams in a while. Their contract is going to be up. I mean, it's basically up already. So they've gone MIA, basically. You know, they didn't put out news for in January. I love the business. I think the CEO is a great guy, but, you know, for a stock to go up, they need more promotion, okay? They need to promote the stock, or they got to have something really, really explosive. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you what's going on with TUYA right now. TUYA, I believe, could be one of our massive winners. Ben, Worksport to zero. Hey, I don't care. We're not working with Worksport anymore. You know, you do you, okay? I like the company. You know, the contract is up. You know, they got their own ideas. We haven't heard from them. They haven't been on a live stream. So this is what happens, guys. If you read my book, the reason I wrote this book, 10 Bagger Blueprint, I wrote this for a reason. I wrote this for you, so you know when to buy and sell stocks and get rich using a proven system. In case you don't know, my name is Jack Marks. I literally wrote the book on 10 Baggers, 10 Bagger Blueprint. You know, I've introduced more stocks that increased 1,000% or more, 10 Baggers, than anybody else on Wall Street. Okay, so and I'm giving you my proven system. So, Jonathan Quayle Higgins. We're talking hot penny stocks. Absolutely. We do need news flow. I love that thumbnail. Yes, we got to have news flow. We got to have the news flow. Without news flow, you got nothing. This guy, Higgins, must have read the book. This guy knows what he's talking about. That's the guy with the Langenzon. All right. What's TUYA going to in near future? Where's TUYA going in near future? I think TUYA is going to 350 is my target for next week. Okay, guys, my target on TUYA is 350. By the way, guess what? We got a new banger that's going to launch next week. We got a new banger. Okay, you already know every one of our new launch stocks. Usually they double in a day. Usually they double or they triple in a day. Now you're asking, why didn't TUYA explode on the first day? Well, TUYA is not a client company. Okay, I'm talking about client stocks. Okay, paid promotion. Those stocks usually double in this first day. Why is it? Because they're small cap stocks. You know, TUYA is a $1 billion company. You understand this company is a real company. It's a $1 billion company, the $1 billion market cap. They have 300 million revenues. They have earnings. They have a dividend they're paying out. They have 13 cents a share in earnings. Okay, this is the only profitable AI company on the planet is TUYA, as far as I know. Maybe there's somebody else who's more profitable. I have no idea. TUYA is, oh shit. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you the charts in just a second. We're about to go to the charts. Here we go. Okay. Is it on the screen? Yeah, it's on the screen. Okay. Okay, TikTok, you ready? TikTok, you ready for this? Hang on a second. Hang on. Oh shit. Come on. Okay, here we go. Boom, here we go. The breakout is happening. Guys, you're lucky. You are so lucky to be watching this live. We got a breakout, massive moonshot going on right now with TUYA, T-U-Y-A. Look at this. Look at this. Do you understand what happened today? Do you have any idea how crazy this move is? Look at this. This is the craziest, one of the craziest things I have ever seen in my life, okay? Right here with TUYA. The stock opened up today. The markets were down. I mean, yesterday was basically your typical sell-off. Look at this. We're going up, breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation. Now, this was supposed to break out. Instead, boom, we have a sell-off. I'm expecting this, okay? I'm expecting this, but I wasn't expecting it today. I thought it would be a couple days from now. Anyway, we got a massive sell-off today. It opens up, crashes, but here's the crazy thing. Look at this green candle. All of a sudden, the buying comes in. Basically, the sell thesis was rejected. The buying comes in. Boom! Look at this explosive buying, and now we got a cup and handle formation, and now the stock is breaking out to new highs. Look at this, 254 high in the day, 12 cents, up almost 5%. This thing is going to rip. Okay, it's going to rip people's heads off. Okay, TUYA is, I believe, going to be 350 next week. We got earnings coming out on Monday. Okay, earnings are coming out on Monday. I am loaded in the stock. I got the call options. I'm looking for 10 bagger, okay? And by the way, if you want to make money with TUYA, if you're a speculator, if you're like a degenerate, okay, if you're a degenerate speculator, pull up the TUYA call options, okay? They got $2.50 call options that I'm in, okay? I'm just telling you what I did. I got the $2.50 March call options. Expiration is March 20th, so we got like about 20 days. We got about 3 weeks, roughly 3 weeks, for a major pop in the stock, which I believe is going to happen. Look, if it doesn't happen in the next 3 weeks, it's never going to happen. So I might as well have the call options. And they were cheap. They were 10 cents. Now they're more, okay? They're much more. I don't even know what they are now. Hang on a second. Yeah, they're more expensive now. But yeah, TUYA is about to rip people's heads off, okay? There's going to be what's called a gamma squeeze. You know what a gamma squeeze is? That is what happens with stocks that have call options available, whatever, okay? You asked me about CXAI. My problem with CXAI is they have not had news, okay? My deal with every company when we bring on a new client is this. You got to have a news flow, okay? That's the idea. The idea is we need to have news, 3-4 news releases a month. I don't want clients that don't have 3-4 press releases a month. Because if you don't have the news flow, again, I talk about it in the book. If you don't have the news flow, it means your stock is dead. That's the message to the market. The news flow is the pulse of the business. News flow is the pulse of the business, okay? You show me a company without news flow, I'll show you a dead stock, okay? And one of the big mistakes a lot of these companies make, even some of these guys you're seeing here, they don't have any news flow. They don't got the news flow. They don't got the news flow. So what do you expect to happen? What do you expect to happen? If a stock doesn't have news flow, basically it's a message to the market saying it's dead. That's the message. We're not working with the work sport anymore. The contract is up, and they got their own ideas, and God bless them. I mean, again, I love the business. I love the business. I love the CEO. I think he's got bad advice. All these guys that you always have surrounded by people whispering in their ear, their team, all that. So listen, I wish him luck. I wish work sport luck, but we're not covering work sport anymore. We're on to new winners, and we're gonna have a new banger next week. Okay, this new stock could increase literally 100x. I'm not talking about 100%. The new stock we're gonna introduce next week. Okay, probably Wednesday. This company is basically a competitor. This could be a killer of Snapchat. Okay, this is the Snapchat Instagram killer. Next week, the market cap is under 10 million. Okay, we got an Instagram Snapchat killer next week, under 10 million market cap. That stock will explode when we introduce. Not guaranteed. These are high risk stocks, but this is a micro cap stock, tiny market cap. Let's just say it's under 20 million market cap. Let's just say that. Okay, it's much less. But this company we're going to introduce next week, next Wednesday, is these guys do have news flow, and they got a beautiful chart set up, and it's going to explode. TUYA. Today we'll talk about TUYA, and we're going to talk about also. You know what else we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about Kinross Gold, a stock I owned Kinross Gold. I sold it. I made a bunch of money. I went for like 500% with Kinross, I sold last month, I think at 34, 35, and the stock wants to go higher. So this time around, I bought the call options. I bought the March 40 calls. March 40 calls. We're going to see if this thing can pop. I believe if Kinross goes, it goes now. Okay. I believe TikTok. Let me show you charts. TikTok. You want to see charts? Please click the upvote hard button. Click the upvote and hearts button. TikTok. Look at this beautiful setup. This looks like the gold chart. Okay. This is Kinross Gold. Okay. By the way, guys, do not, and I mean do not buy any of these fugazi Canadian companies, Canadian stocks. Don't buy stocks listed on these Canadian markets. All these Canadian exchanges, they're all corrupt, they're all scumbags, and they're all fraudsters. That's Canada. Okay. Now, Kinross is actually a Canadian company, but stock trades in the New York Stock Exchange. As long as the stock trades in NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, it's okay. But do not trade on the Canadian scam markets. Okay, I'm talking about the Canadian Scam Exchange. I'm talking about all the fraudsters out there, the Toronto Scam Exchange. Okay, these guys are a bunch of grifters. Actually, they're not grifters. They're a bunch of fraudsters. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right, Kinross Gold. I'm in the call here. I'm in the calls, I should say. I am in the March 40 calls, which are up. They're up. Sueyo is asking, what happened to Ciata? What happened to Worksport? What happened to, I've worked with a million companies, okay? Guys, if I'm not working with a stock anymore, don't ask me about it. I've moved on. Notice, here's the thing. You gotta understand something. What we do is basically, for the most part, it's paid stock promotion. TUYA, by the way, is not a client. So we got a mix here. We got stocks that are part of our Penny Stock Billionaire Gang. By the way, if you want to join us, you want to get in on the ground floor. Do you want to get the early alert when we launch the new banker? Do you want to get in on the ground floor before the public finds out? Click the link above. Join us. The link is, if you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the video description. You're watching on TikTok, it's above. Join us on the WAP. We got a paid membership program to join us. Okay, and we're going to be raising the price. I think it was too cheap. We're going to be raising the price. Because we're producing too much value. We get too much winning going on. Anyway, I have no idea what's going on with Ciata. We have not worked with Ciata since July. Okay, all I know with Ciata, we introduced the stock at $1.20, went to $9 or $1.30, whatever the stock was. I don't even remember. Okay, Ciata increased 800%. Then we had lottery that increased 300%. Then we had, by the way, this is within a 2-month period, we had massive back-to-back winners. Okay. And we're going to have that again. We got a massive new banger on the launch pad for Wednesday. This stock is ready to double on day one. There's not going to be any selling. There's no ATM, no credit line, none of that hitting the market, okay? And these guys have news flow and beautiful chart setup. Anyway, let's go through the win list because we got a lot of people saying, oh, this guy's a scammer. Yeah, I'm a scammer. You're right. I am a scammer. 100% I'm a scammer. How is it, though, that all our stocks go up? And if they go up, why aren't you buying them? Let's go through the list. I'm not even going to talk about, all the stocks I've had in the last couple of years that increased where people literally made millions and millions of dollars. We had literally people making 10 times the money, 20 times the money, 50 times the money, life-changing wealth. We had a moron who turned $2,000 into $1 million in Canada. If a Canadian can do it, you can do it, okay? If a retard Canadian can turn $2,000 to $1 million, you guys can do it, okay? Anyway, we've had many winners. Anyway, look, in the last couple months, let's go through the list. Ciata, up 800% in 8 days. Next was lottery, up 250% in 3 days. Then we had Aditex, which was almost a double, 85% in 1 day. And that CEO was a flake. That's company's, I think, a fugazi, Aditex. Anyway, next we had, who do we have next? Next up was ADN. TikTok restrict. Oh man, TikTok restrict. TikTok free speech haters. They restricted my live stream because I said bad things about Canada. So TikTok, their AI robots in China, they restricted. They restricted my thing. Anyway, listen, I love China. I love China. Okay, seriously. TUYA is a Chinese company. one of the best companies in the world. Okay, AI, embodied AI, robots. That's what TUYA is. You heard of Labubu? You know what Labubu is? That's TUYA. Okay, except you know Labubu. Those are the furry toys everybody has. Those furry toys. Okay. Imagine that, but it talks to you. It asks you how you doing. Has conversations with you. That's what TUYA does. Okay, that's what TUYA does. Furry robots that talk to you, and they're just getting started. They got robots that feed your pets. Okay, they got robots that play with your dog. They got robots that play with your dog and your cat, feed your dog and your cat. This is the future, guys. This is embodied AI. They're starting with these robots. Who knows where they're going to, again, these things, they all start small and they go big. Okay, hang on a second. Let's pull up. By the way, okay. Guys, if you want to get on the ground floor of our next big winner, click the link in the video description below. Okay, let's talk about, okay, so I'm very bullish on gold. I think gold is going to have a massive breakout. We're making a lot of money with oil stocks right now. We got oil stocks that are going through the moon, to the moon. Okay, I'm going to give you one of our oil stocks. Should I give you one of our oil stocks? I'm only going to give you one of them. I'm going to give you one of them because I throw you guys some gifts. I told you about Kinross Gold. Should I tell you about, I'm not going to give you our best one because you got to be a paid member to get our best one. If you want the best one, you got to join us. But I'll tell you a stock I'm in right now. Okay. Okay, oil tankers, baby, oil tankers. We're making a lot of money with oil tankers. Okay, we got it up on the screen. You want a stock we're in right now? You want to see what we're doing? What our membership group is doing? Boom, that's what we got. Okay, baby, this is what we got. What are you doing today? How you doing? How you doing? We got in over here. Okay, we got in over here. We got in right before it broke out. We're talking about NAT. Okay, we're talking about Nordic American tankers. Okay, NAT. NAT, baby. Okay, this is going to the moon. NAT, oil tankers. Okay, why? Many reasons. Not just because of Trump. Okay, oil is about to moon. Okay, and there's a massive demand for tankers. Okay, tanker prices are going to the moon. Okay, they're 100,000 a day, 150,000 a day now. They're exploding. They used to be 50,000, 30,000 a day. Everybody's jacking up the rates on oil tankers. Is TUYA primed to trade in Roth IRA? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. You know, it's a risky stock. All stocks are risky, by the way. All stocks are risky. All stocks can go to zero. You know, we've seen AT&T, we've seen Ford, we've seen GM go to zero. We've seen AIG go to zero. C++, we're talking oil. I just told you, NAT is one of our bangers. NAT is members of our Penny Stock Billionaire Gang are in. You want to get in it? Click the link above. Join us on WAP. It's $95 a month. We just started this thing, or I should say, we restarted. We got a cheap price right now. We're going to jack up the price, just like they're jacking up the price in the oil tankers. Okay, we're going to jack up the price next month, but right now you can get in early. Okay, you can get in early. We got stocks that are mooning. NAT, baby. Yeah, I listen. I'm not, what am I, tax advisor? What do you want? Free tax advice? Come on, man. We don't give advice of any kind. We don't have any advice. Okay, you want advice? Ask Archie Luxury. Okay, ask Archie Luxury about insurance advice and Protect Philippe advice. You know. Yeah, the NAT chart is bonkers. Well, this is what we do. This is the thing, okay? Exactly. The NAT chart is amazing. Why is it? Because this is what we do, my friends, okay? This is what you get for your money. You get, you know this guy? You get stocks that moon. This is what you get. Hang on a second. Let me show you this. This is what you get, okay? This is what we give you. I can show you other charts that look exactly like this, which our members are in, okay? Now, do we have a 100% win rate on stock picks that are not clients? No, it's probably like 35%. Actually, it's more. It's more. But can I tell you something? I'm going to admit something crazy to you. I have gotten destroyed with biotech stocks. We got breakout stocks. We picked a bunch of stocks. We got in early. Okay, the stocks exploded 25, 50%, right? Did I sell? No, I did not sell because, I'm not a day trader. I'm looking for 10x, right? And I'm thinking, okay, these guys are going to run more. And no, they actually reversed. And from going from a 50% profit, I went to a 5% loss, okay? I'm changing my whole thing. So we're recalibrating biotech. So with biotech, if we do more biotech stocks, it's going to be like explosive chart setup, and I'm getting out as soon as it's up like 30%, whatever. I'm moving on. I think that's the thing. Yeah, I've got a bad taste from biotech in my mouth. It is, oh my God, it is so hot in here right now. It's unbelievable. I got bright sun hitting me, and I got the windows wide open. It's crazy. And I'm in a third world country. They don't have air conditioning, believe it or not, because it doesn't get hot here. Okay. Can I tell you what else we're looking at? We got a couple stocks on our watch list that are about to move. Okay, let's go to TUYA. By the way, let's go back to TUYA. TUYA. Wow, TUYA. This thing is exploding. C+. What do you think of TUYA? Here's your daily chart. Again, massive. This is an upside key reversal pattern in TUYA like you would not believe. You're not going to believe this pattern. Look at this. Guys, look at this pattern. If you're watching on TikTok, please click the upvote button, the hearts button. Look at this. Wow. Wow. Amazing. 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 Listen, I will be so happy if TUYA closes at wow. The volume is off the charts today on TUYA. I mean, seriously, something big is going to happen on Monday. I'm telling you, something big is going to happen on Monday. How do I know? The chart action. Chart action, baby. Chart action. By the way, we got a couple of other oil tanker stocks, and NAT is not our best one. Okay, NAT happens to be a low price. That's why I'm giving it to the tomato cans. I'm giving it to the tomato cans because you guys like to buy cheap stocks. I like to buy stocks that go up bigly. Okay, so it doesn't matter what the price of the stock is. It matters how much it goes up. Okay, that's what matters. Will it go up 1,000? Man, these charts are crazy. I don't know what's going on with these charts. They're all like crazy. They're all cray. I don't know what's going on with these. All the charts are screwed up. I'm trying to use TradingView. First, Yahoo doesn't work. Then TradingView doesn't work. These guys are nuts. I don't know what the hell's going on here. It's okay. You can't trust any of these fucking chart companies. Okay. Anyway, I don't even know what kind of volume we have today. I think the volume right now on TUYA is how much? 3.4 million. Look at this. It's like I'm in a third world country. Yep. TUYA announced earnings on Monday. Listen, the market tells you the truth in advance. Okay, the charts don't lie. They tell you the truth in advance. If the stock is exploding now, what do you think? You think somebody doesn't know what's going on? You think somebody doesn't know what's going on? Believe me, it's in China. They know what's going on in China. By the way, what does TUYA do? Embodied AI. They got robots. They got toys that got AI that talk to you, that interact with you. Smart homes. It's the future. TUYA is the future. Now, the problem is they have very bad marketing. They don't know how to deal with. I mean, their stuff is very like Chinese, and like they got to get like Americanized marketing because it's like very like it's kooky. It's kooky. They got to hire a U.S. ad agency to get their message out because they got great stuff. We got massive wins going on right now. We got oil stocks going bananas. We got I am getting some I am getting some unpleasantness today with TIGO. We got TIGO and TUYA. TIGO is the solar stock, and it's selling off today. It's a fake out. Okay, why is it selling off? I mean, the chart, I mean, it looks like crap right now. I think what happened is these guys announced the financing like 2 days ago at $3. Okay, now I was expecting the stock to crash 2 days ago. I was expecting TIGO to crash to $3 when they announced it. You know what happened? TIGO dropped like a little bit, or it dropped like 10%, whatever, to 320 or 312. It dropped to 312, and then it exploded. It reversed, and you get this massive spike. So people know about the financing, and they did a stupid financing because the management, you know, they don't know how to promote their stock. They don't know how to make deals with these scumbag hedge funds, bankers who do these deals. They should have done the financing at $5. Okay. Anyway, this is a buying opportunity in TUYA. The chart looks horrible, and I believe, oh, my battery's running low. The chart looks horrible. We might touch support at 362 even, and then it's going to rip higher. That's what I believe is going to happen with TIGO. I mean, I've been through this really with TIGO. I've gotten faked out a couple times. It's, you know, but I understand the stock now, and also I actually understand the fundamentals. So I'm very comfortable with it now. I'm actually very comfortable. I did my research, and so I'm actually I'm a techno fundamentalist. Okay, so basically, so that's my problem with biotech. I don't understand the science of biotech, so I can't get any conviction. I can't get any conviction. We got to plug this in. I can't get any conviction with biotech. Listen, 3 million, that's very strong volume. How is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is going to zero, okay? Bitcoin is rat poison going to zero. What did Warren Buffett tell you? You should have listened to Warren Buffett. And here's the problem with Bitcoin. Guys, this is the problem with the Bitcoin. This is what I warned you about. Like, I'm not trying to sound like whatever, but the problem with Bitcoin is it's basically garbage. People are bored. They're bored with the Bitcoin. They had enough of it. They're bored with it. And my big fear with Bitcoin is that when this thing crashes, there's going to be a contagion. There's going to be contagion because there's so many businesses, there's so many stocks that are involved with Bitcoin in one way or the other, whether it's these crypto treasury deals or some bullshit or other. You got the Trumps in crypto. Okay, we got the crypto on the screen. We got the Bitcoin on the screen. This is a horrible chart. Okay, this is Bitcoin. This is a chart that wants to go to zero. It's looking for a floor and it can't find it. Okay, Bitcoin is looking for a floor. Okay, it's not gonna go straight down. It's gonna suck in as many people as possible. Okay, every moron bought it, you know, at the top. Okay, at 120,000. All right, and now it's crashing. And we're, you know, people are gonna, you know. The problem with Bitcoin is a lot of speculative assets. The speculator dollar. Yeah, there you go. The speculator dollar, the speculators, the tomato cans and the crayon eaters, okay? They're going broke. The problem is they don't have any money to buy stocks now because they lost all their money with Bitcoin. That's my concern. Okay, my concern is this, is that a lot of money got destroyed with Bitcoin that can't go into these stocks now. That's the problem. Okay. Well, listen. All you got to know is who was buying Bitcoin at the top. That tells you everything you need to know. That tells you everything you need to know. So, let's go to Bitcoin. Okay. So let's go back to TUYA. Okay. So TUYA, this is a stock I believe could be a $25, $30 stock. It's exploding. I got the chart on the screen here. By the way, what is TUYA? Just in case you don't know. You Google it, okay? You look them up on YouTube, TUYA, Smart TUYA. It's a $300 million revenue business, okay? $300 million in revenues. They got 13 cents a share in earnings. They pay out a dividend. Now, why is it cheap? Because they're based in China. They're based in China. And we're breaking out as we speak, okay? Breaking out 254 now, Okay, what they do, the thing they do smart homes, all sorts of smart AI, IoT, all sorts of very clever stuff. What they're doing now is they're doing these AI powered toys. You know this thing with the Labubu, those furry things that everybody's buying, those furry animals? It's a huge thing. I don't know anything about it, but what they're doing is basically like those furry things, but with AI inside, which goes to Chat GPT. And basically, you can have conversations with it. You can have conversations. It's conversational. Somebody's asking about CXAI. Why am I not talking about CXAI? Okay, we're getting some action. My problem with CXAI is there has not been any news flow, Manny. There has not been any news flow. What do you want me to do with CXAI? Okay, I'm waiting for the company to put out news. They told me they were going to have news from day one. Okay, and they had the first month they had news flow. Then all of a sudden they go quiet. They go MIA. What am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do? Okay, I only we need catalysts. Okay, we need catalysts. You understand that? I wrote this book so you understand when to buy and sell stocks. I'm giving you my proven system for finding stocks that become 10 baggers, okay? I've introduced investors like you, like this guy Manny, to more 10 baggers than anybody else on the planet. I wrote the book giving you my proven system. You can get my course, which is on WAP. Click the link above to get it on WAP, or you can get the book, which is 16 bucks. We're going to jack up the price. It's too cheap. I think that's the problem. People don't respect, they don't appreciate that. They don't appreciate it if you give them something cheap. By the way, we got a bunch of stocks right now that are exploding. While all you guys are losing money, with your garbage stocks, we're making money with a bunch of stocks. You want to know which stocks we got? I gave you one of them, which was NAT, N-A-T. You saw that chart. We've been in it like days ago. We got into it before it was break. We got others. We got a bunch of stocks we're in right now that this is, again, starting in January. We're talking about 2026. We're talking the last 45 days. The last 45 days, okay, we have stocks that are up 30%, 50%. We have 150%. But we got a bunch that are up 30 to 50% right now. A bunch of stocks that are up 30 to 50% that are probably going to increase up 500 to 1,000% over the next 6 to 9 months. Okay. If you want to know what those stocks are, you want to get on the ground floor, click the link in the video description. Join us on WAP, or if you're watching a TikTok, link in the video bio above. Okay, we're here for the closing bell on TUYA. Where do we close? Okay, guys, if we close above, if we go 257, 258, that would be insane. If that happens, which I think is only a 5% probability, we're at 254. The odds of TUYA closing at 258 is like 5%, very, very small odds. But if we do close there, that would be ultra, ultra bullish. Listen, if we close where it is right now, if we close at 254, if we close anywhere above 250, the stock will be set to go to the moon. Okay, this is your last opportunity. We got 8 minutes to go. Earnings are coming out on Monday. It's in China. You know where China is? That means the earnings are going to come out like, 1 in the morning. So you're not going to have a chance to get into this. Okay, which means if you want to get in, okay, it's your last opportunity. And by the way, we got cheap call options on the TUYA. Okay. Hang on a second. Let's check. Let's see how my options doing. We got. I'm not going to show my account there, but I'm going to show the options. Option says, survey says, March 20 call. Survey says, 15.25, 15 offer to 25. Only 30 traded. That's nonsense. Anyway, look, the calls, the $2.50 calls are going for 15 cents offer to 25. Okay, 15.25. Open interest is only 3,400, and we got almost 3,000 open interest in the $5. Okay, so if the stock starts moving, those are going to rip. I would not buy the $5. I'd buy the 250. I think those are actually cheap. Actually, the $2. I mean, I think these things are mispriced. The $2 calls are 45, offered at 60, a 6-cent premium. That's crazy. These are very, very, I mean, they're very underpriced. I think there's an arbitrage opportunity going on. Arbitrage opportunity going on with TUYA. It's how you tell me how it's possible to have an in-the-money call, $2 call, 45 offered at 60, which means you're paying a 5-cent premium maybe for that doesn't make any sense. It really makes no sense. I think that's a massive, massive mispriced arbitrage opportunity. Yeah, it's ridiculous. 5 cents? Crazy. Let's roll out to, June 18th. June 18th. Okay, so the June 18th. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of, the spreads are they're too wide. June 18th, 250 calls are 30 offered at 50. 30 cents is not a bad price. Hey, you know what else I'm watching? Open. How many runners have you had this month? Showcase products. Good question. We've probably had about 10 runners. When you say a runner, I mean, in this market, we're talking about 25 or 50%. Okay. So by the way, full disclosure, I probably had, our group now has had probably 6 or 7 stocks that went up 25 to 50%. I was in them. These are biotech stocks. We got in, they're up 25, 50%. I should have sold them because they're biotech, and I held on, and I ended up taking a loss. I took like 5, 6 losses. My account is still up bigly on the year because we have so many massive wins right now. We got like my main positions. I'll tell you what my main positions are. Tygo is like my main position right now. I probably have 20% allocation of my main account. Well, my speculative account in Tygo. I have a major position in a Latin America health stock. I'm not going to tell you the name because it's only for our members, but that stock is ready to explode. It'll probably be a 10-bagger. Undervalued company. It's a major, by the way, these are not like fugazi little stocks. These are major companies, okay? So yeah, we got 4 minutes to go. Anyway, so right now I am heavily in oil-related trades. I am heavily allocated to oil and gas, I should say, in terms of tanker stocks, services, and a couple of production companies, exploration and production. Okay, we probably 25% allocation. Okay, and then we got some speculative names like TUYA. Okay, I'm shocked that this thing is not running 1,000%. I got so much bad data. I mean, between the stupid, I got the stupid, what do you call it's not working. My trading view charts are screwed up, and Yahoo, whatever. Okay, TUYA we're ripping right now, guys. We got 3 minutes to go. 255, 254.5. This is gonna rip. If we go to 257. It's going to be an insane. Oh my God. Look at this beauty chart setup. I don't know if you can appreciate this. Here we go. Double nickel, baby. Bar chart. I'm going to show you candlesticks. I don't like using candlesticks because look at this green chart. Okay. Look at this. You tell me this is not going to rip on Monday. You tell me it's not going to rip on Monday. Okay, you tell me this is not going to rip. Okay, this is a major upside reversal pattern with volume. Today's volume is going to be 3 million and change, and yesterday, so if we get the same type of volume, that's very, very, very bullish. Very bullish. Okay, guys, we're going to have a gamma squeeze. Market makers are going to get wrecked. The option market makers are going to get destroyed. 2 minutes to go. All right, TikTok. What's the most you have ever invested into a stock? 6 figures, mid 6 figures, low to mid 6 figures, lower mid 6 figures. I mean, not that it's important. Anyway, look, TUYA, TUYA. Let's talk about where to make money. If you want to know how to make money, I suggest you either get my video course. The link is in the video description. It's on WAP, or you get the book. It's $16. It's on Amazon. It tells you everything I know. Okay, and you can apply this to penny stocks, to big cap stocks. It's all the same, pretty much the same. I make it very simple. We don't get into any boring stuff. We don't talk about earnings, any of that stuff, because that's for losers. Okay. Well, not really, but it kind of is. For penny stocks, you don't need earnings. $255. Will that book make me profitable? Yes, money not back guaranteed. Money not back guaranteed. You hear what I said? Money not back guaranteed. You lost money in ADTX. Guess what? I lost money in ADTX. I didn't own the stock, but because that CEO was a tomato can, okay, he was a dope, okay, and he didn't put out news flow, okay, Amaro, mooch bum, it made us look bad. The stock went down, it damages our brand, okay, so that bum didn't put out news, the stock collapsed, okay, and I hope it goes to zero. That guy should not be running a public company, Amaro, all right? You need news flow. And this guy had stuff to talk about. He's just, he doesn't have any balls. That's the problem. A lot of these CEOs, they just don't have any balls. Okay, you need Elon Musk, basically. You need Elon Musk type people. Somebody's asking, what's up with CHAI? Another one. Listen, don't ask me about stocks. We haven't worked within months. You got to get into the program. We got new stocks, the new bangers. Okay, we got a new banger launching on Wednesday. Okay. We got a fresh start. We finally have a guy who knows what he's doing. We finally have, exactly. Yeah, most of these, if they're Canadian, the Canadian CEOs is 100% peasants. Yeah, the Canadians are the worst, especially if the stock trades on the Canadian Scam Exchange or the Toronto Scam Exchange. Any of the Canadian exchange-related stocks are the CEOs are like really garbage. They really are. I mean, seriously. We're going to be doing an updated version of the book. I'm going to be exposing the Canadian Scam Exchange, aka the CSE. Literally, these people are absolute fraudsters. And believe me, I've seen a lot of fraudsters in my day. Okay, I'm involved in penny stocks for 30 years. Okay, when I got into this business, a lot of my clients were, how shall I say it, involved in organized crime. Okay, now I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do whatever. But yeah, there were guys. Wall Street penny stocks was controlled by the mob in the 90s. Okay, not all of it, but like a lot of it was. Because I've seen a lot of garbage. Okay, I can tell you the Canadian companies, the Canadian exchange are more crooked. Okay, the Canadian exchange, all those guys, the CSE, TSX people, they are more crooked than the guys working at Stratton Oakmont, A.S. Goldman, any of those penny stock boilers. Okay, they're 100% scammers. There's a guy named Tom Caldwell. That's the CEO of the Canadian. That was the chairman of the Canadian Scam Exchange. You Google Tom Caldwell. You Google Tom Caldwell, Caldwell Securities of Toronto, and see how much he had to pay in fines. He paid over $2 million in fines for ripping off, stealing from his own clients. Tom Caldwell, okay, stole millions of dollars from his own clients. He paid a $2 million fine to the Ontario Securities Commission. That's the chairman. That's the chairman of the Canadian Securities Exchange, the Canada Scam Exchange. Tom Caldwell. You Google Tom Caldwell, okay? His son, Brendan Caldwell. They're the same. They're a bunch of crooks. Look, and okay, hang on a second. How do we do? I don't want to get distracted. You're distracting me here. Wow. TUYA. Okay, this thing closed. Massive close today. We got a massive close today. Let me see. What stocks am I watching? I'm going to give you guys a stock which I have on the watch list. I got a stock on the watch list. We have not pulled the trigger yet. I have not pulled the trigger. Oh, again, I don't know, got bad data all day, problems with all these different things between TradingView, between Yahoo. I got open on the watch list. Have not pulled the trigger yet. We have not pulled the trigger and open. It's on the watch list. Okay. Hang on a second. It's on the watch list, baby. Hang on a second, guys. 1 second. Stay with me. I got to put in a quick trade, a quick after-hours trade, baby. We got the after-hours trade. That's a great question. What can you do to find out which stocks we're going to be pumping before the world knows about it? You got to join us on WAP. Click the link above. Click the link above in the video description. Okay, click the link above. If you're watching on TikTok or if you're watching on YouTube, the video description below. What we're going to tell you is this, because we need to be compliant. We got to comply with securities regulations. What that means is this, my friends. What that means is, hang on a second. I got to send a message right now to our Penny Stock Billionaire Gang channel. I just entered a stock. I'm not going to tell you which one. Only the members will know. Okay. I just sent a message, private Telegram message to members. A stock I just entered on the, what do you call it? On the after hours. Okay. Yes. So here's what we do. So if you want to get early alerts, you want to get in early when we launch a stock, click the link above. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to announce it on social media, but we can announce it anywhere, right? Technically, I can just tell our audience, but I want to be very, very compliant. I don't want to be in a gray area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you which place. Is it going to be Instagram? Is it going to be Twitter? Is it going to be whatever, right? So I'm going to let you know what time and where we're going to announce it. So you can get in early before everybody else piles in. How much is it? $95 a month right now. It's $95 a month. We're going to raise it to $195 a month. That's where we had it before. Now we're back. It's going to go back to $200. Right now, you can get in for $95 a month. Okay, we're going to be raising it very, very soon. Okay. Okay, we're locked and loaded. I am locked and loaded for Monday. Locked and loaded for Monday. If Monday, okay, I'm ready to go. We got stocks ready to explode. We got oil stocks. So one of our oils is now up 37% in the last couple of weeks. It'll probably be a double very quickly. We got a laggard here. Why is this thing lagging? Oh, it's up only 6%. My TUYA call options are up 114% in 3 days. I think it's going to be a 10-bagger. Yeah, we got a bunch of winners right now. Kinross Gold. We got calls in the Kinross. The Kinross calls are. I'm up a little bit. It's getting tight. It's getting tight because expiration is coming up. These are $40 calls. So all right, guys, we are going to sign off here. Yeah, let me see. How did TIGO close? TIGO, I believe today and this requires a lot of balls to buy Tygo here. I think Tygo is going to bottom out on Monday. Yeah, I don't know why it sold off today, but it's done this type of pattern several times. I've seen this before, so I've been through this. So unless this is some, yeah, I mean, it's done it multiple times. It's done it, and that's the scary thing, because you never know which is the real, which is the real one. So, okay, let's go TUYA. Wow. Oh my God, look at this chart. Okay, TikTok, let me show you this beast mode chart. Wow, look at this. Okay, so this morning, stock collapses, major selling, bounces back. Look at this massive reversal. Not only does it reverse to the upside, it ends up closing higher. I think we even closed above yesterday. Yeah. There we go. TUYA. Yeah, very, very bullish. Okay, that's the 1 hour chart. Wow, okay, so it's 2:55 after hours. I'm not expecting any real action after hours because they don't have enough of a following. But today's action in the stock on this chart is absolutely explosive. It is absolutely explosive. We're talking about TUYA. And the bones, if you want to make real money, bones, check out the TUYA call options. That's where you can make real money. TUYA, the March calls, the March 250 calls. Or you can go, I think June also they got, right? Oh, hey, C plus, keep your mouth shut, C plus. All right, that's what's going on. That is what's going on. We gotta sign off. We gotta sign off. Next week, Monday could be explosive. Listen, you never know what can happen. Maybe we're gonna have the Iran war starts. Who knows what can happen? But we are loaded. We got in either way. We got action. And I believe TUYA will be absolutely go-to. And we got a new banger on Wednesday. We got a new banger that is ready to rip on Wednesday. Okay, on Wednesday, that stock could go literally to Pluto. I'm talking about Pluto. I'm not talking about Mars. I'm talking about Pluto. Here's the 100x. All right, TikTok. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yep, we're in open, baby. Open. Just picked up some open. I was trying to buy calls, but maybe too late. Let me see. Did I get them? No. Let me see my orders. It's so difficult with options. It's so difficult. Very annoying. All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one.